And he said, hey, I have a buyer for you. And I said, great, when? And he goes, today. And I'm like now? And he said, yeah. Well, I was a very, very new real estate agent in the worst time in the world to get in the market, 2007. So I get a phone call from this broker that he actually was my instructor to get my license. And then he said, okay, well, come with me till we can figure out where you're going to go. And I said, all right. So he called, and I'm in Fredericksburg. And he said, hey, I have a buyer for you. And I said, great, when? And he goes, today. And I'm like now? And he said, yeah. And I'm like, oh. So I went to the office and I picked up the Supra, which is the old-fashioned lockbox thing. So I got the address. I went over there. I didn't even have a clue how to put the thing in. So I'm standing there with my client. And I'm like, and you have to do some stuff with it. And I'm like, oh my God. So I said, finally, I turned around. I said, look, you're my very first client, and this is my first showing. And we finally got in, and I ended up showing 15 houses to him. But we sold his house in Maryland, and he didn't have a place to live. So he moved in with us, and he lived with us for 6 months. And my husband's finally going, well, let me get this straight. You just showed this guy this house, and now he's going to move in with us? And I'm like, well, he's really a nice guy. And I said, our kids just went off to college. And he was like, okay, there's something wrong with it. But now we're still very, very good friends, and I've been to his wedding, and now he has a baby, and I sold him 2 houses.